بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to episode 3 of the Salah series. In this episode we'll talk about taking a sutra or praying towards a sutra. The Prophet ﷺ said, if one of you prays, then let him pray towards a sutra and let him get close to it. Let him be close to it. A sutra basically is something that a person puts in front of them when they're praying in order to prevent anyone from passing in front of them. It helps also with focusing on Salah. It helps any distractions, and it helps with, just generally speaking, not having to worry about people passing in front of you, because there's this sutra, this object that you've placed in front of you that covers your Salah. In other words, that covers you while you're performing your Salah. It covers the prayer space, your prayer area during your Salah. So typically you should, as the Prophet ﷺ said, be close to it, not something that's too far off, where people wouldn't know that you're praying towards a sutra. They wouldn't know to pass behind it if they're trying to pass in front of you. They'd pass from behind it, and that wouldn't interrupt your Salah. You wouldn't be distracted by anything happening beyond that, because you have your sutra that's protecting your prayer space. And it's not too far away where if someone's trying to pass in front of you while you're praying, between you and your sutra, if it's too far away, you won't be able to stop people from passing in front of you, between you and your sutra. So if it's close, you're able to stop someone if they're passing in front of you. They weren't paying attention and they're walking and they're about to walk in front of you during your Salah. This sutra isn't too far from you, so you can stop people from passing in front of you. And typically it's something that has to be off the ground. It's something that has some height. It can't be something that, drawing a line on the carpet or in the sand, putting a book. It's not high enough to actually constitute a sutra. So it has to be at least maybe a few feet. Again, this is estimation, but something off the ground, something high enough whereas it would prevent people from passing in front of you. As far as how wide it is, there's no specification. It could be something as thin as a pole, or as wide as something bigger. So there's no specification for how wide, but it has to be off the ground. I know sometimes people put a piece of paper or a book, or they draw a line in the sand, or put a pen. Those aren't tall enough to be used as a sutra. Now, the importance of the sutra is that it helps you focus on your Salah. It helps you with khushu'. So before you even start your Salah, if you make sure that you're praying towards a sutra, then that would ensure that throughout your Salah, it will help you have khushu', help you focus and concentrate on your Salah, because you don't have to worry about the distractions that pass beyond your sutra. You don't have to worry about anything beyond your prayer space, and that sutra defines it for you. Again, be close to it. Don't be too close, because you don't want, when you're going down for ruku' or sujood, if you're using a wall as a sutra, for example, you don't want to bump into it. You want to hit your head into it. So leave a little bit of gap between where your place of sujood is and the sutra, but not too big of a gap where you're not able to control that space. But it would help you with khushu'. The Prophet ﷺ said in another narration, if one of you prays towards a sutra, then be close to it. Again, the emphasis on being close to it, so you could actually prevent people from passing in front of you, between you and your sutra. If they pass behind the sutra, there's no harm in that. That doesn't disrupt your prayer, and that doesn't that doesn't bother your khushu', not as much as if they're passing right in front of you. The Prophet ﷺ said, and be close to it in that narration, so that the shaitan does not disrupt your Salah. So the shaitan does not disrupt your Salah. Again, indicating the importance of praying towards the sutra in helping us with khushu', with establishing our khushu' and not having shaitan disrupt our prayer. How? By distractions that come our way, people who might not be paying attention might try to pass in front of us, things of that nature. So if you think about that, practically speaking, how would you implement something like that? If you're the imam, you're leading salah, pray towards the sutra, and that sutra is sufficient for everyone praying behind you. If you're praying on your own, at home, at the masjid, pray towards the sutra. Move up, use a chair as a sutra, be close to it and use it as a sutra. Use the wall, use a pillar in the masjid. There's so many things that could be used as a sutra. If you're at home, do the same thing. Use something as a sutra. So that way, if someone is passing, they wouldn't pass in front of you and disrupt your salah. A lot of times you see people standing in the middle of the masjid with no sutra and they're praying their sunnah, for example, and people are passing in front of them left and right, disrupting their salah. They're not going to be able to focus with so many people passing in front of them, and there's no barrier stopping these people from passing in front of them. At the same time, they're too far away, where they can't actually try to stop them from passing in front of them. So that's why you should pray to a sutra. This is the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ. Some scholars even said some said it's highly recommended, some said it's an obligation to pray towards a sutra. So that shows the emphasis of that, because there's so many hadith, so many authentic narrations, so many authentic statements from the companions radiallahu anhum that all emphasize the importance of praying towards a sutra. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullah khaira, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.